Think.
The tax issue is one of the sticky points in our bid to attract more investors. And because of this, private sector is strongly involved in the resolution of some advocacies to address these issues. Business and Beyond is pleased to have with us the chairperson of the PCCI Tax Committee to share and explain some insights and some information in this advocacy. We welcome Attorney Du-Baladad. Thank you, ma'am, for having us in this beautiful office. Okay, ma'am, just to brief our audience, can you please go through very quickly some business-related tax reforms?
Well, let's talk of the big tax reform that they are talking about. And based on what has been presented recently, it will be in 4 phases. The first phase is a reduction of the personal income tax.
Okay.
And their timetable for that is January 2017. The second phase would be reduction again of the corporate income tax. And that is scheduled to be passed by, I think it's June 2017. Then the third one is property tax reform. And the fourth one is capital tax reform. As I look at the bracket, the middle income group and the lower income group would basically benefit from this tax reform. But the higher income group of 5 million and up will be slapped with 35%, which is higher.
Okay.
In terms of business, that would come in, they say, as phase 2. And the proposal is to reduce it to 25%. So from 30%, they will reduce it to 25%.
But the DOF also has released some 3-digit billion losses if these tax reforms are implemented. Is this something that's sustainable? Can we live with this?
There will be losses, but as you can see, what they're saying now is that there would be counter-fairing measures, wherein other revenue measures will be passed as well.
Ma'am, what about SMEs? Meron bang specific reforms for SMEs?
That one I'd like to talk about, because this is actually an advocacy of PCCI. And if you look at the guiding principle for their tax reform agenda, they say for a simpler, fairer, and more effective tax system. I can see where the fairer is. They're trying to reduce, make it more progressive. That's where the fairer comes in. I'm trying to look at where the simplification comes in, and I don't see it yet. Because I was trying to look at the figures of DTI, and they're saying that MSME is actually 99.6% of the total business enterprises.
Yes, correct.
And of the MSMEs, the micro consists, I think, 83%.
Yeah, bigger.
So it's around 844,000 micro, just micro. And I also saw there a description of who these micro are. And they're saying these are the unregistered enterprises.
Yung informal.
These are the informal, these are those that are not paying their taxes, and so forth and so on. So if you look at it, how can you entice them to join the tax net? And I think number one of that is that make the compliance rule very simple, make the tax rules very simple.
How do you see the balancing there? Yung giving up some incentives and then lowering the income tax.
You know, this is what's wrong with incentives. No? When we have incentives, others do not pay. Right? And when others do not pay, you have a very narrow base. And if you need this amount, those who are not exempt or those who don't have the incentive will have to shoulder that, which is not paid by the rest. Now, in terms of attracting foreign direct investment or attracting foreign investments, I think we should look at what is happening in the region, especially ASEAN region, and we try to benchmark our incentives with the rest.
Oh, may mga models na that we can look at.
Yes.
Are there anything else that we'd like to prioritize, or if this is done, then we're okay?
Since we are now not just talking of the Philippines, every time we look at business, we have to look at the region already, because we are now part of the ASEAN economic region. So we have to consider a bigger picture. So, and I see that there is now an ongoing tax competition among the members of the ASEAN region. There are those that have, starting January 2016, the start of the ASEAN economic integration. Some of them, mabibilis talaga sila. Some of them already reduced their tax rates, effective January 1st, 2016. So, if we want to be competitive, because we're looking to be more competitive, then I think we really have to study also what the others are doing and what are the proposals that they want to do going forward.
Okay, so if you're an investor, tax or incentives?
It depends.
Mhm.
Yeah, it goes together.
Goes together.
Goes
So,
together.
plus the other factors of competitiveness.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Attorney. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Business and Beyond will be back.